Hi traders, good morning and welcome to this FXDD video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. My name is Chris from Elite Currency. Before we take a look at the technicals, be aware of this risk disclaimer. It explains the fact that trading for exchange and global financial markets is considered high risk and may not be suitable for everyone. Please seek the advice of an independent financial advisor for more information on that. Also, check out, of course, the FXDD YouTube channel to catch all of the videos from Nennet and myself with the analysis. And if you want to join the live webinars, then join these two links, top one for live trading webinars and the bottom one for live educational webinars. All right, as always, we're starting with the euro dollar, and it is looking bullish in the sense that price is above the 20 EMA and now retesting that same 21 EMA zone and 144 EMA. Still, in my view, likely to be a bouncing spot. And if I put the fib on this swing high, swing low, which could be a wave 1, 2, 3, then the wave 4 could easily respect 110.60 or 110.50 as it's the 38 and 50 fibs. So that is still, I think, a very key support zone. And then after that could go up to the R2 and the minus 272 target at 111, 111.10, maybe even 111.35, 111.60. Depends a little bit on how much momentum there is in this upside. I think for the moment, probably minus 272 makes sense. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I know price is falling quite strongly at this moment, but I think support could change that perspective and send it up for one more higher high, completing a 5-wave pattern. Now, if it does break below 110.50, it's also breaking below the 20 EMA. That could change perspectives. And in that case, there could also be a 5-wave completed here already. And an ABC pattern could take it back to, for instance, 110.25, 110.40, 110.11. All right. And there could be an ABC pattern and then a bounce up again. So I think that overall it still remains bullish. That's partly because of the fact that there was a momentum here, an ABC correction in this part, and I see 3 bullish candles in a row, basically indicating a bounce at this 61.8 fib if I put the fib from here to here. So 61.8 fib bullish, 3 daily candles in a row indicating bullishness. So this downside, I think a pullback, whether it's 110.50, 110.60, or even deeper, remains in bullish territory above 110. If it breaks below 110, then of course that could change perspectives and there could be a pressure to retest the 78 and the 88.6 fib at 109.40 and 109.10. If it does move up, as I am analyzing now, if it stays above 110, the main target on the 4-hour chart and daily chart, the minus 272 target at 112.50/60. Let's get rid of this fib. Go back to 4-hour chart and 1-hour chart. So for the moment, yes, price breaking below the 20 EMA on the hourly chart after a consolidation zone. This is looking like A, B, C, very choppy wave B, very typical. And the wave C now would usually go back to the 144 EMA. So as you can see here, it's still above that. And although price is looking bearish at this moment, I'm still thinking that that is likely to be a bouncing spot. If not that, then as I said, there's also a fair chance that if it does break through that level, that it would just go to the weekly pivot point or the 50 fib, 61.8 fib zone and then still bounce. So just looking for confirmation from price to show a bounce to the upside, and I'm back into the bullish mode. Unless price really shows a lot of strength in this downside, all the way down to 110, and then makes a bear flag, that would change perspectives. Then, of course, price action is showing a totally different story. It doesn't look like an ABC at all. It looks like bearish momentum followed by a flag, more downside in that case likely. Pound dollar basically hit 130. Now the question is, did it complete an ABC or is this part of a bigger upside break? Now that depends a little bit on how price will respond to 129. If it respects 129, a bounce and continuation above 130 is starting to become a lot more likely. If it breaks 129, then I think it's going to move down and retest the bottom of the bull flag at 127.50. This is looking bullish. 1, 2, and this is part of probably wave 3 with a bull flag in it. So could be easily a wave 4. And if we put a fib from here to here, respecting these shallow fibs. But for the moment, it could easily extend within that flag. So if it breaks below 129, which it's trying to do right now, then I think a move down lower is more likely. So let's take a look at the hourly chart. Yes, and it seems to be indeed pushing through the 144 EMA and the fractal at 144 EMA. That is now starting to become bearish because here price still respected support. This could easily be an ABC pattern. But so far, you know, a few hours we got a bounce, but a very mild bounce, very choppy and slow bounce. So yeah, that didn't get the follow through to the upside. So for the moment, bears taking control. Now I think that for bulls, it could still be, if it turns around here, it could still be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it would really need to break above the 20 EMA, a pullback, a continuation to make that more likely. For the moment, that does not seem that likely at this point, although there is still a strong support zone in here as well. So I wouldn't rule out a bounce at 128.65 in this zone either. That would be a very deep wave 4, but if it really breaks below that, then I think a more downside likely. Also, if it shows a bear flag in this area, more downside is likely. So it depends a little bit on how price responds here. If it's a close in reverse and then a flag, more upside likely. If it's a push flag, bear flag, then more downside likely. If it breaks, more downside likely. So downside scenarios are now looking a little bit better, but you know, with the break below 129, wouldn't fully rule out the upside yet though, but it's getting close to that. Okay. So we'll see which two of the scenarios is likely. If it is downside, that means ABC here, and probably an ABC here as part of a kind of a complex correction. If it is a break to the upside, then an ABC finished, and this looks like a wave 1, 2. This is all part of a 3, 4, 5, and we should see upside. So for the moment, bear scenario looks a little bit more likely, but I still want to see how price action responds to this support zone in general before making a full decision. You know what I'm looking for, basically. This trend line 2, by the way, another factor there that could play a role for that decision. All right, that's it for now. Once again, see you in the FXDD YouTube channel or in the live webinars. And above all, wish you great trading. Cheers. Bye-bye.